If you think discarded plastic bottles can no longer be used, well, think again. There's a group out there that's turning these bottles into boats. Project Blue Ilocos is a youth-led nonprofit organization that aims to raise awareness and provide sustainable solutions on ocean pollution and marine conservation. One of their flagship projects is the plastic bottle boats, which are being given to different coastal communities. With us now on the program is Adem Inovejas. He's the founder of Project Blue Ilocos. Good morning, Adem. Thank you for joining us. Now, this is a really interesting project. Project Blue Ilocos started as a cleanup idea. Then it turned into an organization in December of 2020. How did this happen? Now, we understand you're a third-year mechanical engineering student at De La Salle University. What inspired you to do more than just cleanup drives?
First of all, good morning, and of course, thank you for inviting me to speak here. Actually, what my major inspiration for founding an org is I wanted to do something more beyond myself for my birthday last December 2020. So I was like, I wanted to organize a cleanup, and then I went to this island here in Ilocos, and what I saw actually uh, really shocked and made me sad. So there's this island here in Ilocos that I went to go diving, and when I went there, I saw tons of trash, like tons and tons of trash. It's actually a white sand beach, so you can barely see the white sand anymore because of the trash. So I think one major factor of that is the strong waves and currents because it was surfing season. So there aren't much people to do cleanups in that island. And then when I got home, I actually saw that they did a cleanup a month or two prior. So I was like, wow, we really should do more than cleanups. We should be more sustainable. We should think long term. We should raise awareness, and of course, we should educate people on what the problem is. So I looked for an organization that does cleanups or the advocacy,
Mhm.
but I didn't find any focused on the oceans. So I decided to start one.
To take matters into your own hand and really create an organization that would tackle this tons and tons of garbage that you actually saw firsthand. There's nothing like firsthand experience to really sort of help you see and appreciate the problem. Now, part of the problem really is plastic. Plastic is here forever, and a lot of that plastic are these plastic bottles, soda bottles in particular, shampoo bottles, all kinds of packaging. But these plastic bottles seem to form quite a bit of the trash that you see. But you found a very novel solution for this. Let's talk about these plastic bottle boats. What gave you the idea to use these plastic bottles as a material to basically build these very unusual boats, which it looks like is quite an interesting solution to the trash problem. How many plastic bottles do you need to come up with a boat that we're seeing here on screen? It's really quite an interesting solution.
Yeah, actually, the first one we made, which was the prototype, contains 319 plastic bottles.
Okay.
But then I designed a version 2
Hmm.
and a version 2.1, which we donate to different communities here in Ilocos, and
Okay.
that uses 200 plastic bottles. So the idea actually came when I was researching a sustainability project because our slogan is more than cleanup. So I want some project that will demonstrate what being more than cleanups means to me and
Right.
what being sustainable means. So I came up to similar projects in Indonesia and Africa by Madiba in Nature and Sungay Watch. They actually made their own plastic bottles too, but they look different. So uh, I took photos of those and I designed our own version, and I actually looked for procedures online how to make, but there weren't any. So I just decided to, look at the photos and decide how it's going to be built. And I asked some of my relatives to help me because they're already familiar with bamboo. They know how to make, bahay kubos, etc., etc. So I think it was a perfect match. And yeah, so that's where the idea came, and that's how many plastic bottles are needed.
I love the fact that you just take matters into your own hands, Adam. You know, if you don't have a ready-made solution, you just basically create that solution for yourself. You see the problem and you try to come up with a solution, and that's a great attitude. Now, what is the capacity of these bottle boats? How many people can actually, use them? What are they most useful for? There will be questions that come up, myself included. How seaworthy are they? How tough are they? Tell us a little bit about how they perform and the average weight and best use for this type of bottle boat.
Actually, since there's a bamboo frame, it's really more stable since there are plastic bottle boats in Africa that are only plastic bottles. Like they're just tied up to each other. They don't have a
Right.
frame, so they're a bit flimsy, if I may
Okay.
say.
Okay.
And for the capacity naman, the prototype can take in a maximum of 600 kilograms, and the version 2.0 can take in 376 kilograms. So that's around 2 to 3 people for the 376 kilograms. But we actually don't want the people to maximize the capacity of the boat
Hmm.
since it's safer.
Right.
So we only recommend about half of the maximum weight. So
Okay. Adam,
the main
are these?
uses,
Okay, please go on. Go on.
so the main purpose of this project and my main inspiration for doing this project is actually to help with local fishermen since they can use this for nearshore fishing, and another is for flooding, in which there aren't enough emergency boats for flood prone areas. And when you just collect enough trash, you can make a boat and maybe save lives and your items.
That's fantastic. That was actually my second question. Just how useful are these boats for the locals? And you've really just sort of hit the nail on the head there. I mean, there's so many uses for boats that are basically made from trash, which is just polluting the ocean. We've taken trash and turned it into something fantastically useful. I'm sure a lot of people are now going to be inspired. I know I am, and who may want to sort of contribute their efforts, whether it's monetary, whether it's through physical, actually being there and helping with your cleanup or these boat builds. For those who want to volunteer, Project Blue Ilocos, we're flashing their social media sites on the screen, and you guys can all sort of take part and really be part of this one small act that will contribute to saving our planet. Thank you once again, Adem, for joining us this morning here on New Day.